Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in June 2020. What's going on, Aries? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, friends. Half the year. It's come and gone. How was it? How's it going? Wherever you are in the world, Aries, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you and your family are safe and sound and healthy. Still a pandemic outside, my friends, so be careful wherever you go, whatever you do. Just exercise some type of caution. That's all I'm going to say. Let's move on. Aries, any announcements? Yeah, June is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go live. I work a full-time job, so my energy is often like reserved for doing this and personals. So it's a matter of getting the right energy mode. And when I actually want to do it, I'm actually at my job. Like there's times where I'm like, oh my God, it's like a perfect time to go live on the channel because I feel this energy, but your girl is working and I'm not supposed to do things besides work when I'm working. So I promise you guys in June, I will do a surprise live on the channel. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can see that notification. If you want to, you don't have to anyway. But be on the lookout for that. Okay, guys? Any other announcements? Not really. So let's do the spiel, my friends. Aries, shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is all the information you need if you want to purchase a personal reading with me. If you have questions before you place an order, email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. Oh, look at that. You had the father of air pop over, so maybe you're dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or you're just in your masterful air energy. Father of air, aka King of Swords. Definitely been thinking about things and been in your head and trying to figure out a best route forward, that feels like, okay? So on with the rest of the spiel. Also down there, you're going to see the link to my Instagram. If you want to follow me over there, I do oracle interpretations, maybe eventually doing some pick a card stuff. I'm finally starting to see it come together in my mind, which means I should soon be able to put it out there. So if you want to follow me, again, that name is EmpathicFire Tarot. You'll see it, boop, right there on the screen once again. And other than that, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my stuff. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment, okay? All right, let's get into it. I want to see Aries' outcome in June 2020. Let's see an outcome card for Aries in June 2020. Please show me. Interesting. No, nothing flipped, right? Okay. This is different. This energy is slightly different. Outcome for Aries in June 2020. Please show me. Thank you. Mother of Fire. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. And for those who are not aware, this is the New Era Element Tarot. So it's slightly different than your traditional tarot deck. I will explain along the way if I need to. AKA, I will explain. Because there, some of the, not the meanings, but just like the phrasing of them is a little bit different, okay? I think that looks pretty good on camera. There we go. Let's get into it. Please show me where Aries is in June 2020. Please show me Aries in June 2020. Please show me. Okay, that was good. That was quick. Like that. Very decisive, Aries. I feel it. Here we go. Coming in. This is funny. Coming in, you come in with the Magus. Ooh, who's that? AKA the Magician, for those who are more familiar with the traditional depictions of the tarot decks. But the Magus is a modern depiction of what a magician would be. And I think that's in focus. I think the artwork is just a little sketchy, so it's not going to come in super clear. Or maybe it could. Maybe I'm wrong. There he is. Okay, you can see him a little bit better now. So the Magus is basically, like I said, the modern version of the Magician. And in modern times, you might as well think of this person as a salesman, a businessman. Doesn't have to be a male, could be a female, okay? But somebody who is able to work the angles and is able to really, for lack of a better word, manipulate the situation to their advantage, okay? Traditional associations with the Magus or Magician card would be Gemini and Libra, as it is associated with the planet of Mercury. So you could be dealing with one of those signs, or neither of them, or whatever. Or this could be you. But some of you are like really emphasizing the next step, the next phase in your life. What is coming down the pipe for you, and how do you want it to show up in your life? Like, again, I said this word manipulation, that can be kind of a dicey word to use, but it's kind of how I feel. I feel as though Aries, either you or someone in your vicinity, is heavy on influencing or manipulating the outcome of something. And that's essentially what a magician does, right? Whether we're talking about tarot, whether we're talking about a stage performance with a magician, whether we're talking about this businessman who's, up here trying to tell you the next great thing to buy, or telling you the best time to sell your house. I'm aiming to influence the outcome. Now, Aries, my dear fellow fire sign friends, that makes sense to me. You guys are not associated with the Magus card traditionally, but that element or that aspect of, this is what I want. How do I get what I want? What do I need to do? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to say? What is going to impress this person? What is going to get them to agree to sign this deal? Whatever you're crafting up in your mind, that is totally an Aries vibe. Now, Aries, the difference with the Magus, in particular how I'm feeling it in your reading right now, is that Aries doesn't tend to want to compromise, or they don't tend to want to negotiate terms or share, right? Aries are very stubborn, not into like, this is mine, that's yours, and I don't even want yours, so keep it over there, and this is mine, right? It's not greedy. It's just like, it's like knowing the boundaries. You stepped over the line. You're on my side. Get out of here. This is my stuff, So that's what I get underneath that Magus energy. You have an outcome that you want. You have something that you're going for. But at the same time, you're a little reluctant to compromise. And that is the downfall of the Magus, of the magician, right? Is, and think of it, the magician, or a magician, I should say, like someone who would perform a trick in front of you. They're not, when they spread the cards out in front of you, like when they're doing one of those card tricks, pick any card you want out of a standard deck of cards. They don't care what you pick. They already know what the outcome is. You, Aries, imagine it. You're like, there's something in your energy that says, pick any card you want, except that one. Don't pick that one. No. And it's not even the card that you care about. It's more like for the sake of what the trick looks like on camera, or for the sake of you want that person to pick a diamonds card, and you know that the one they're reaching for is not a diamonds, and you're like, oh, I just want to see you pick a diamonds card. It doesn't even affect the outcome, but because you don't want to allow the other person to show up in the way that they want to show up, there's a little bit of an overstep here. So I'm concerned that while you're trying to get to a certain outcome, you might overstep. You might play your hand a little too heavy. I mean, when you think about what this person is, a salesman, a businessman, something like that, right? Working on the stock exchange, or trying to sell you a new car, whatever it is. You can really screw the pooch, or screw the pooch. You can really screw the sale if you do too much. That's the beauty of a salesman, of a true salesman, which is why I wasn't that good at it. Although in some ways, I guess I was. You kind of have to read each client, or read each customer, or read each potential person that you're going to do business with. What do they need from me in order to get what I want? How do they want me to perform? Some people want all the specifications of the product. Some people want to know up front, how much does it cost? How much is this going to set me back, right? Other people, they just want to talk about their day. They don't give a damn what you're selling. They just want you to listen to them bitch about their kids, and they'll buy whatever you want, right? I don't think you're allowing other people to show up in those ways, and you're not working with them on their level, so to speak. That's energetically what that feels like. Let's see if I am correct, because... Okay. So... you want to make things happen. Magician always wants things to happen. want to create things, co-create with the universe. That possibly is another aspect of your quote unquote issue, Aries. Are you co-creating? I already told you you're not really in the mood to compromise or negotiate with people. Are you even co-creating with the universe, with your personal Lord and Savior, or whatever you believe in or don't believe in? If you're not open to even welcoming in that help, that influence, then you're kind of not in the right position to manifest. So, what else is happening with Aries? Please show me. You got a lot of things you want to do, and you're dealing with people who are just as strong as you, and you probably are not in the mood for that. Yeah. So you're dealing with people who are just as strong with you, or at least one particular person. You've got the Empress right next door. Empress card. Major Arcana for Libra or Taurus, or secondary Major Arcana for, oh my God, I can't even talk. Secondary Major Arcana for Libra or Taurus. You could be dealing with one of those signs or neither. There is a feminine energy about this person. I can't deny it, okay? But this person doesn't technically have to be female in your life, okay? They don't have to appear as a lady. They can appear as a man, but still be in their feminine energy. Here is someone who's like really self-sufficient, who's really got their shit together, who really lives within their means and is not bothered about anything that you're trying to do, honestly. Like, look how unfazed this mother is. That's the other, that's part of the reason why there's such a heavy feminine energy, is this person might be a mother. But again, they don't have to be female. But look, the baby looks a little perturbed, right? The baby's like, oh God, I'm not happy with being in between my mom's leg. And look at her. She's just like, whatever. And it's not neglect. She's not neglecting her child, but she knows that the child is not in actual need or danger or distress. So she's not sweating that he's a little irritable. This person is not going to, whoever it is to you, business partner, a friend, a potential love match, business partner, whatever. They're not fazed by you being disgruntled over not getting your way. This person is just like, I'll work with you on my terms. Because the Empress, same as the Magician or the Magus, is a major arcana. You're both in a high vibe, hopefully in a high vibe, but you're both being influenced, let's say it that way. You're both potentially being influenced by a greater calling, or something in you just like gives you this confidence, both of you, this Empress and you, see, I almost slipped up and said Virgo. Maybe you're dealing with a Virgo. You and this other person, Aries, you both are feeling like inspired, or like, I'm on the right track here. The way that I'm going about it is the correct way. And the Empress, dare I say, is a little more accomplished than the Magus energy in this reading. Like, appearance's sake, in terms of our modern way of looking at life, some of us are like, she is? She is. Look at how chill her expression is versus how distressed or exasperated the Magus looks. The Magus is like, hey, I got a great deal. Like, I got these plastic bottles here on the ground. You want this? I got an apartment or a property for sale. You want this? You want that? Like, constantly trying to make things happen. This is somebody who is not satisfied, who's seeking satisfaction, who's seeking something. The Empress isn't seeking anything. She's chilled out in her little hut, in her village, or wherever she is, with her baby, feeling quite abundant. But again, to many of us in Western society, our eyes are seeing a poor person versus a rich person. I would argue that the Empress is richer because she's calm in her spirit. But that's just my interpretation. You don't have to read it that way. So, whoever you're working with or trying to get something from or see a certain outcome with, they're not fussed about what you're saying, what you're doing. Like I said, if this Magus was trying to sell something to this Empress, you're not selling to her the right way. You might be talking about all the bells and whistles on the product, all the costs that it's going to, or all the ways it's going to save this person money. And the Empress is like, I don't even care about that. Is it environmentally safe? You didn't mention anything about that. You know? The Empress is like, I don't even want to talk about the product. Tell me more about, your experience. Like some people, when I worked in retail, some people just wanted to talk about their lives or hear about your life. So many customers. How long you been working here? None of your business, Mary. Do you want this or not? Like that was my internal response, but I was like, oh, I've been here a couple of years or whatever. You know what I mean? To satisfy them. They somehow care about my life or why I'm working here, and that's going to give me the sale. Okay, here you go. I've been working here for this many years. I kind of like my boss. They're really, whatever. Your approach to this Empress is not kicking. The way that you're approaching this person is not getting you what you want. Or them you. I've neglected this entire time to say this is a general. It could go vice versa. So if you're the Empress, you already know that. Go ahead and flip it. I'm still going to address this as if the Magus was Aries, just so you know. But if you know your story is reversed, perfect. So what else happens here? So everything you want is like, yes. So what you want is like that explosive. You want something explosive. You want something fiery. You want something incredible with this person. Business, romance, maybe a reconciliation in some of your cases, like some type of please forgive me or please take me back or let's start again, maybe. But there's something about an ignition, a big ignition, right? Ace of Fire, aka Ace of Pentacles. You see all the alchemic symbols and the glyphs for the different zodiacs that represent the fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? This is an ignition point, a starting point. In some of your cases, it's a do-over, okay? In other of your cases, it's like you've never worked with this person, you've never gone on a date with them, you've never proposed anything towards them, and like you want them to say yes, or you let me amend that. It's still true. You want them to say yes, but you want them to say yes, period. Or you just want an affirmed something. Even if they say maybe, you're like, okay, I'm taking that as a yes, and you want to go full steam ahead. Like you're very much in your Aries-like energy of go forward, progress, 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 one foot after the other. And there's a passion there that for some of you is coming from a sexual romantic energy that if that fits, but I'm really fixated on business and reconciliations. Now reconciliations can be romantic, but this could be an old friend. This could be, your one of your siblings or another relative of yours that, maybe you put your foot in it, 2 years ago. And now you're like, oh man, I'm just trying to make amends here. Why won't they forgive me? Forgive me, damn it. And it's just like you're demanding someone to forgive you. And that doesn't work. You can't demand that somebody forgives. They have to do it willingly. You can't demand that somebody goes on a date with you. They have to do it willingly. So it's kind of like you're so forceful. And I think that is actually repelling this person. Or if it doesn't repel them, it's just like it's not effective. It's really not effective. And, my good friends, Aries, I've known a few of you throughout my life. And I have to say, when it comes to taking on new approaches, you are some of the most stubborn people. It's a generalization. If you're super adaptable, cool. But in general, Aries tend to be reluctant to do things a different way. Masculine fire energy. That's all the fire signs, okay? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? Then you got that Mars energy in you, right? And you've got that cardinal energy in you. Cardinal is the first on the scene, the pioneers, the ones that create the standard, set the precedents, right? So it's kind of not your business to be adaptable. I said what I said. That's a lot of you guys. I said what I said. I did what I did. Or I'm doing what I'm going to do, and that's it. And so you have this hard line or hardcore intention, but you're working with someone who's much more... There are other avenues to get towards this person or get them to agree with whatever you want them to agree with. and you are not able to see it. Or, okay, thank you. Because that word on this card is very interesting. You have the Eight of Air, aka Eight of Swords, which you can see by the glyphs in the planetary symbols. This is Jupiter and Gemini, thank you. Interference, Eight of Swords, Eight of Air. The word interference is there, so in some of your cases that might be very true. There could be other elements, other influences that are interfering in your dynamic with this person. So, could be for some of you, you want to start a business with this person, or you have a certain business proposal with them. What's the interference? Somebody else is working with them, possibly. If you're seeking to get a new client, but they're already working with another financial advisor, they're already working with another, some of you might be into esoteric work, okay? They might have a guru that they work with already. And you're like, listen, I'm the new hot shit in terms of spiritual healing, baby. You need to be working with me. And they're kind of like, I'm good. And that leaves you frustrated because you're like, I don't understand. I told you my credentials. I've showed you what I can give you towards results, and you're not buying it, possibly because they're already involved. The Empress energy, going back to this person for a second, the Empress energy is to a certain fault very loyal. So if you are looking to get someone away from what they're already doing, you're going to find interference in that endeavor. Because the Empress doesn't change their mind, male or female, that person doesn't change their mind on a dime. They'd have to be not even persuaded. They have to decide. The Empress is not in for no fucking trickery. I'm sorry. And I'm not saying you're trying to trick them, but the Empress is not going to decide things willy-nilly. They're going to sit and they're going to think and they're going to ponder, and they're going to, like I said, be possibly loyal to a fault. If you're like, if you are literally like a door-to-door, not sales, well, I guess they are salespeople, because where I live, you have people come to, knock on your door. Can we talk to you about your electric bill? Get out of here. We're fine. And they will tell you, if you sign up with us, you'll save $150 a month, or you'll save $75 a month. And they might even have all the proof in their little packet. I can show you the chart. I can show you the charts. I can show you what your other neighbors have done 2 doors down. They signed up with us and they have saved this much and blah, 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 blah. They can say all those facts. But I'm not saying this is me, but there are some people who, well, I've been working with the certain company, the electric company that I work with now, or the provider of whatever that I've been with now, like my cell phone carrier, my cable company, whatever. I've been working with them for 10 years, 15 years. I have no reason to leave. And you're like, but I can save you money. And they're like, no, that's okay. And you're sitting, Aries, logical AF. You're like, I can save you money. Don't you want to save money? Yeah, but I'm comfortable with what I've got. Loyal to a fault, possibly the Empress is. Just to say it like that. So the interference can be this own person's mindset. The Empress, they might be stubborn in a way, in their own way. And you would be stubborn too, because, fight me if you want, but all the fire signs, all of us are stubborn in a certain way, right? So this Eight of Air has got you feeling stuck because you really want this person. You really want to work with them. Or if it's not a particular person, like I said just now about that door-to-door, utility salesman, you might be like striking out. Half of your day you're getting doors slammed in your face. You're getting people like you think they're on the hook, and then and you're like, so could I sign you up today? And they're like, oh, I don't know. And you're like, I just spent 15 minutes giving you my best sales pitch. What do you mean you don't know, Susan? Sign the papers. Sign up so I can get my commission. You might find yourself incredibly frustrated dealing with this person because it never seems to work, or these types of people. You are not able to break ground with them. Period. Like my face, I want you to see my face because my hair is shitty, but I feel as though you're kind of flabbergasted. You've never met someone who, some of you, I've never met somebody who said no to me. Like you could have been, with the Magus energy, very successful previous to this point in your life. Now you keep striking out with people, or in your dating life, you've always been able to, get a date on a Friday night, or you've always been able to convince someone that you'd be a fabulous person to date, right? This person is just like not giving you the time of day, and you're like, but wait a minute, I'm fucking amazing. What? It's like you can't believe it. You cannot believe that this person isn't buying what you're selling. So what else happens here? There you go. There you go. You're dealing with the Mother of Air, aka the Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy could be dealing with one of those signs or not at all. Mother of Air, I mean, this is one of the most pleasant depictions of the Queen of Swords, Mother of Air. She looks pleasant, she's smiling and everything like that. But let me look at this. Yeah, man. There's something like about, like she's smiling, right? But she's also looking directly like at whatever she's looking at, right? Her eye line is very intentional, right? She's smiling, but her eyes are like, I can see bullshit a mile away. I can see what I don't want in my life, or what I'm not about to invite into my life a mile away. Now, that's not to say, Aries, that I think that you're particularly spinning a line of BS with this person. I think you're pretty sincere. I did use the word manipulate earlier, so if you know yourself and you know you've got a little BS that you're trying to pull over somebody's eyes, own it. But in general, the energy for most of you feels pretty much on the up and up. It's a little arrogant, or it's a little my way or the highway kind of stuff. So, but that's not going to, number one, that's not going to fly with the Mother of Air anyway. My way or the highway, or if we're going to do it, do it this way, please. Even if you say, please, this person's like, no. Like this person, Empress, Mother of Air, I'm seeing them together, right? This person, on the surface, is this very Empress energy. Like you might, in terms of sales, view them as a quick sale or a soft touch, right? In the places I used to work, no offense to anybody in the audience out here, no offense to any potential viewers, but what were some of the things that I was told when I was training? Look out for seniors. They want to buy anything. They've got expendable income because they're retired. They are not going to be able to understand all the terms sometimes. And you can really get them to agree. Like they're agreeable. And I'm like, rude, but sometimes it proved to be true. Like sometimes like seniors, when I was working retail, they were like, oh, should I buy this too? And I'm like, you don't have to, but this helps me. So if you want to, go ahead. This person is not that. This person is not a soft touch. This is not an easy mark. They look like it, Empress. They look like it on the outside. But on the inside, they harbor this energy, the Mother of Air. BS detection. PhD in the BS detection. Okay? So they're not going to agree to anything that they do not feel makes sense to their life, right? Because air, again, related to swords, if those are for those who are still not caught onto this deck just yet, that involves our mental capacity, the way that we think, the way we rationalize, the way we communicate, the way that we make sense of the world, right? Air sign energy wants to make sense, wants things to be logical, wants things to some degree be predictable, Not entirely, but just a little bit. And there's something about what you're proposing. They're just like, nah, I don't see how it could work out. I don't see that being something I need right now. Or I don't see that as something that I would agree to at this moment. Or the way that even the way you're saying. Let me tell you something. There's something about, in some of your cases, because going back to the Magus, what that person is, or they're a salesperson, right? Again, it's a little bit that I got from retail. Choosing the right words, taking the right tone, exhibiting certain body language. I mean, there are studies in this stuff. Even if a person enters a store, enters a car lot, enters a big box store looking to buy a refrigerator, but they don't want to go over $1,000, depending on how you approach them with your tone, your body language, if you're pleasant, if you're this, if you're that, you could get that person to spend 14. There's something about your approach that isn't ringing in this person's ears. They're not feeling it. Or you're not feeling them. Again, it can be vice versa. So this Queen of Swords, Mother of Air energy is super deflecting anything that isn't sounding right. That doesn't make sense to me. No, thank you. I would, but I'm not, it could be a timing thing. I don't need this right now. I don't have time for this right now. Between the Empress and the Mother of Air, that's prioritizing the self. Oh, I don't have time for this right now. If this is about you guys trying to reconcile with an old friend or an old family member, somebody that you've fallen out with, and you hit them up on the phone, or you stop by the house, or you send, if you're old-fashioned, you send a letter, they might read it and they might receive your message, but they simply have other things that they have to prioritize. And you as Aries, you're like, but wait a minute. I am saying I'm looking for forgiveness here. And they're like, I can't really deal with you right now, Aries. And you're like, but wait, I dialed your number. I sent you a very sentimental text. There's something about you want to be acknowledged for what you've done. And this person, male or female, but she, because, there's two females here. Again, it can be a male. This person is not going to give you your satisfaction. You're seeking, I said that earlier, you're seeking satisfaction. Final card in your main spread, Adjustment, aka Justice. Major Arcana for Libra. You could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. That's twice for Libra because the secondary is here also with Empress. So for those where you're dealing with a Libra, congratulations. This is a little bit of a confirmation for you. Now, look at this. And I like this depiction. And I like that I chose this deck for you guys today. Look at what this person is doing. A balancing act 3 times. 3 times. Balancing on the rope, balancing the rod or the long staff, and then balancing those pots or cups or whatever on her head 3 times. You might have to put in 3 times the effort with this person. You might need to exude 3 times the patience with this person. You might have to apologize 3 times in order to get this person. Now, that's not a guarantee. It's not like a genie, rub the lamp. What can I do for you? I got 3 wishes. I want to apologize. It's not like that. It's not automatically on 3. But your effort might have to be so much more than what you're used to. And it's not a position of authority or high impact or thrust. You can't force this. If you literally had to do this, Aries, walk across a tightrope, would you be rushing across? Could you make that journey quickly? No. You have to move so precisely and slowly, carefully, methodically. It's not easy. What this reading is asking you to do, be patient, be adaptable, possibly take no for an answer, because some of you, the answer is going to be no, and that's it. And there's nothing else you can do about it. And you're hearing that, and you're just like, but why? Because this person said no. Because the opportunity is not there. Because the opportunity that was there, as it is an Ace of Fire here, Ace of Wands here, the opportunity is a narrow one. Whatever the reason. Some of you are like, but why? Why would it be that? I did the best you could. Yeah, you did. And it wasn't good enough. Or it wasn't pleasing to this person. Or it wasn't the right time. Or whatever the reasons. And again, this card, 8, which is Adjustment, aka Justice. In traditional tarot understandings, there's a certain aspect of karmic justice that comes along with the Adjustment card, with the Justice card, right? So karmically speaking, you being told no might be, quote unquote, a good thing, or what is, quote unquote, deserved or destined. I'm putting quotes on all this because I don't know what your belief is in karma. Mine is my own. Yours is your own, okay? So that could be at play here. Sometimes we are given we see an opportunity, and to us subjectively it's the most perfect thing ever. That would be the perfect client for me. That would be the most perfect boyfriend for me. That would be the most perfect opportunity for me to go back and make amends with my mother or my brother or whoever. And the universe is like, no, not really. No. Nah. Or the universe says, yes, that is the perfect time for you to, quote unquote, learn a lesson that, like I said earlier over here with the Magus, some of you have not even be considered co-creating with the universe. And you might read this reading as a punishment. I would encourage you to not read it that way. It might feel that way every day of your life. Every time you think of this opportunity that might go lost, you're thinking, oh man, luck wasn't on my side. God was punishing me. The universe was punishing me. I would invite you to think higher than that. Have a more macro, enlightened view of that situation. Some of you, it's not a no. Some of you, it's a not right now. Some of you, it's a, like, this person is like preoccupied. I really feel this person has other things that they're worried about. And whatever you're trying to get off the ground, they're kind of like, I got other things I got to worry about right now. Now, your outcome, Mother of Fire, aka Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this could be you. Let's find out. They're like, yep. So you see this woman, she's got an eyesight too, or eye line too. She's got some look of determination in her face, right? And again, I think this is you. So this potential rejection, or this not now, or I would love to, Aries, but I've got other things I have to attend to first. You're kind of like, okay, fine, yeah, okay. And you're not bitter. Don't read that as bitter. You're not bitter for the most part. You might be a tad, just a smidge salty, just a smidge disappointed, just a smidge indignant, just a smidge. It's not total bitterness. But here's what I know about all of us fire signs. Sagittarius probably the least, but Aries and Leo probably get this a little bit more. Someone rejecting you, or being told no, or things not working out in your favor, after a little bit of sulking, and Aries probably sulks the least, but after a little bit of sulking, it immediately kickstarts you into another thing. You're like, okay, that's not working, boom. All my energy and effort is going to go over here. That's what I'm getting off of this Mother of Fire. You reinvest your energy elsewhere, which might be what you exactly need to do. Mother of Fire could be a creative project. You know, some of you have been trying to get people to invest in your new idea, invest in your upstarting company, whatever. This person who, again, Empress is comfortable in all the ways. So this person might be comfortable financially speaking, and they would have been a great donor or a great person to invest with, but they're not feeling it. So you're kind of like, all right, I'll go elsewhere. Perfect. That's partially adaptable, is not getting caught up on a white whale. You know what I mean? Again, there's this idea of you're seeing someone as being the perfect fit for whatever you're trying to accomplish, and the universe and this person are kind of like, maybe we're not, or maybe I'm not that person. And your queen, or excuse me, your queen of wands, or your Mother of Fire energy is kind of like, well, if it's not you, it's going to be someone else. Perfect, Aries, perfect. That's that recovery attitude that I like, that fire signs tend to have very poignant, profound, and effective change of mind, or change of attitude, or change of outlook, right? After a little bit of sulky, maybe a little bit of salty, once we're in line for something else, or we're ready to dedicate our energy elsewhere, we go, boom. There's no backtrack. And that's what I feel is going on there. Overall energy for your reading: Six of Cups, or Six of Water, I should say. In this deck, Six of Water, aka happiness. Sun in Scorpio, those are the glyphs that you see. So this could, and guys, I'm coming in, if you've been with me for a while, you already kind of know what I'm going to say. This could be a soulmate situation. Now, I say that with a grain of salt because I don't know what you understand or believe about soulmates. In my estimation, soulmates are here to teach us lessons. Those lessons can be pleasant, but they also can be quite or uncomfortable or disheartening, yeah? So if you are dealing with a soulmate, you may have known this person from your childhood, because Six of Water talks about that, and you can kind of see it. People or young people, little kids playing in a fountain, right? Or some type of waterfall or something like that. So you may have known this person since you were little, and you're trying to make amends, and this person's like, I'm not feeling that right now, Aries. I don't want to make amends with you. And you're kind of like, okay, all right. And you're kind of wondering, why? Why won't they do this? How come? And you're angry about it, or you're frustrated, like I said, with that eight of air, interference. You're like, can't get it out of your head why things are not going the way you want. And then this card comes up, and I'm saying soulmate, and some of you are like, but soulmates are supposed to be cool. Not all the time, buddy. Soulmates are here to teach us lessons. They're here to help us grow spiritually, emotionally, mentally, all the ways, yeah? And so if this is a soulmate, whether you've known them a long time or you just met them or you've known them a few months or, you're trying your best to make contact with them and you keep getting blocked. Like this could be somebody who you've never even met face to face and you're trying to correspond with them, trying to slide into their DMs. I see that you are an investor in startup companies. I've got this great idea, and you might never hear back from this person. And you're like, but my business proposal and everything I want to do is in line with what you believe this person values. Turns out that's not the case. Now, what is the lesson from that? What is the soul lesson from that? That's why that Six of Water is showing up. So you take from that what you like. Aries, that is your reading for June. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to share the video, let other people know you like watching my stuff. That'd be cool. If it resonated with you, feel free to leave a comment if you choose. And if you have not subscribed, my friends, please consider subscribing. The crew keeps getting larger, making contact with new clients, meeting new people through the comment section. It's really fun. So if you want to get in on the action, I support you, all right? Aries, again, if you want the personal reading, that information is down below. Also, the link to the Instagram is down there. And yeah, I'll be back soon to do your mid-June readings and hopefully doing a surprise live here in June at some point. So be on the lookout for that, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care.